Let's talk about this. With polls now open in New York City's primary, all eyes are on the race for mayor, particularly on the Democratic side. While there are two frontrunners we've been talking about a lot, there are 11 candidates you can choose from.
Yeah, and getting your vote and using your vote is hugely important. And we know that it's a struggle out there because of the heat, but there's a couple things you should know, and that's election officials are really trying to make sure that you can get your vote at your polling location safely. A little less than half of the 1,200 locations across the city do not have air conditioning. And so they need to be kind of like set up with fans so that you can be comfortable while you're in there voting.
It's important to get the vote out. Some good news for everybody heading out today. Legislation that was signed by the governor over the weekend allows voters to receive refreshments while they stand in line. Hopefully there isn't a long line, it's moving. Polling stations will be stocked with water throughout the day. Eyewitness News reporter Phil Taitt is at a location on Manhattan's east side where voters have been feeling the heat. How does it feel in there, Phil? Uh-oh.
Yo, Michelle, the good news is the AC isn't just on at this polling site, but it's on and it's kicking. So that means that everyone is feeling pretty comfortable here. We're on the east side. This is one of more than the 1,000 polling sites across the city. And there's been a steady stream of traffic. I want you all to take a live look right now. Several poll workers. We know that 35,000 poll workers will be hard at work working through the evening hours. And they're making sure that all the voters who are coming in, that they are getting set up. Once they get those ballots, voters will then fill in that ballot and then will have an opportunity to scan it electronically. Now, it all comes down to this. Candidates have put their best foot forward each and every day on the campaign trail, and it all comes down to how voters will actually pick who they'd like to see get this nomination and ultimately be in City Hall, and if they were to be elected in the general election. Now, I spoke with voters in the heat just outside of this polling site, and just take a listen as to what they say is on the ballot this go around.
Oh my gosh, where should I start? I mean, from the subways to housing, homeless, so much. Education, because I work in education, so we need a big change in education.
Personally, I feel like the working class doesn't get enough. I feel like it's a lot of the money and the power is still in, the 1% control, and I feel like it's time for a switch, it's time for a change, it's time for the people to take back New York City.
Now, this morning, Assembly member Zoran Memdani, who has had quite the surge in popularity and is a front runner in the race, was up bright and early for his closing argument in Astoria, Queens, for what he's calling a dawn of a new day for New York City. Then we had New York City Comptroller Brad Lander covering much ground in a subway station over in downtown Brooklyn as the clock is ticking for voters to get out to the polls. Many voters there seem happy just to shake hands with him. City Council Speaker Adrienne Adams also hitting the pavement this morning. She was over in Queens talking to voters in the heat, and she believes her efforts will allow her to pick up a nomination and head to the general election in November. Now, yesterday, former Governor Cuomo made his final rounds in the final hours of campaigning, speaking in front of a packed crowd. This was with the Carpenters Union in the West Village. He was encouraging New Yorkers to get to the polls early.
I begin the final day of this primary the way that so many New Yorkers do. Up early and hungry for a better future for this city. We are approaching the dawn of a new era in New York City. We are turning the page on the corrupt politics of the past that made this the most expensive city in the United States of America.
This election is about saving our city by restoring a government that works, that has knowledge, competence, and ability to actually make things happen and get things done, and to stand up to Trump before his